Okay, we're going to reconvene to our regular session. Welcome, everyone. We've got a big crowd. I think a bunch of elementary school teachers are here tonight. And let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. This is the Atascocita Marine Corps JROTC. Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor
the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Order, colors. Ready, cut. Ready, step. Ready, hope.
You have a presentation? Yeah, we'll remain standing, that's okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Master Sergeant Dan Fleming. I'm the junior ROTC instructor at Atascocita High School. And tonight, I want to do something that wasn't even done during Dr. Sconzo's tenure as superintendent. That's mostly because he established himself as superintendent many years before Atascocita High School was even a thought. So with that, on behalf of the best junior ROTC from the Atascocita High School, I'd like to present you as an honorary junior ROTC member from our high school. Thank you.
Great job.
Right, turn, arc. Forward, arc.
Okay, I'd like everyone to please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Dr. Fagan, inspiring moments?
Thank you. Tonight we'll begin tonight's meeting with our inspiring moments. This month we are going to look at education throughout the years in Humble ISD as we move forward in meeting the needs of our students. Jonathan Fry, please show tonight's inspiring moments.
It's hard to imagine, but 150 years ago, public education wasn't available to everyone.
The first schools in America were one-room schoolhouses.
One room, one teacher, many students,
Many grade levels.
In the summer of 1918, District 28 and District 35
Were combined into District Number 50.
In February
District 50 was transformed into Humble ISD. Twelfth grade was not officially added to the Texas curriculum until 1944. 20 years ago, the internet was not available in most schools. In the past 10 years, Humble ISD has added 12 new schools and has another 6 on the way.
So, what's next?
You know, in education in the 20th century was really around this whole idea of knowledge. There was this huge body of knowledge. We wanted to make sure all of our students had it. We still want to make sure that our students can read and do math and that they have all of that knowledge.
You know, I've been working on 21st century education now for 15 years, and we started focusing on critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity as the skills we thought were central to the new global economy. As we talk to employers today, the biggest rising priority is that of critical thinking and creativity.
Well, looking back, we're starting to think about whether or not it's time to take us to the next level, to think about what it is our kids need to know and be able to do for their futures. We're also thinking about what are the learning strategies that work best for today's students.
Today, most of our kids can Google an answer to something in 10 seconds. The issue is, do I know how to leverage it? Do I know how to synthesize it? Do I know how to problem solve with it? So we're teaching a very different skill set than we did 50 years ago.
We've never known more than we know today about the best way to teach students, to make sure the learning is personalized, engaging, and motivational. All of those things really matter.
My dream school would be on the beach,
Cotton candy trees.
would smell like flowers, and it'd be very fun, and the teachers would be super nice. That teaches you through games and not through things like long talks that may be boring and hard to understand. And long recesses.
A lot of folks focus on the 4 C's of critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity, but others focus on innovative problem solving. Others focus on global citizenship or global competence. I'm not advocating one specific solution for your district. I think you need to have a process that will help you determine the right profile of a graduate for your school district, but I think that process is essential.
There's one thing that I've really learned as a superintendent, also as a principal and a teacher, and that is it is a partnership between the school district, the parents, and the community in educating its children. And it's really important that we all have a shared vision for where we want to go together for our students. That's why we want to have everybody's voice at the table in these conversations about what do our students need to know and be able to do for their futures.
So, what's next?
So I'd like to first recognize some people in our audience who helped make tonight's video possible. Timbers Elementary School Principal Lucy Schultz. Lucy, there you are. Yay. And Timbers teacher Cassandra Elvire welcomed us into her highly student-centered, very engaging first grade classroom for filming. Thank you so much for inviting us. It was truly a pleasure to work with you and your students. Those articulate students with great ideas are from Fall Creek Elementary School, so I want to recognize Fall Creek Principal Yvonne Stroud for her school's participation. There's Yvonne. So you might be wondering what is next. As we look back at nearly 100 years of accomplishments in Humble ISD, we want to reflect on what goals we need to set and what actions we need to take to ensure another 100 years of success for our current students and generations to come. So to that end, a team of people, including students, parents, teachers, staff, business leaders, and community members who are representative of the entire district will begin meeting November 2nd to discuss what students need to be future ready. I've talked about this initiative with multiple groups in person already, and people are really excited about the opportunity to have a conversation. After the new year, the district will provide an opportunity for everyone in our entire community to participate in an online engagement experience. The ultimate goal is by March, the committee that we're affectionately calling the Dream Team will have created a community-wide vision to recommend to our board. Humble ISD can then begin aligning our district plans and goals to the targets generated by our community. I know from many years of experience that the vision for a school district must come from the entire community, not just one person. In fact, I've said this many times over in my first few months here, getting that question over and over again at town halls and other places. Humble ISD is our school district, and so together we will collectively decide what we want for our students and our school district. So stay tuned, and you'll be hearing more about this process in the months ahead.
Great.
Okay, next. We have some very special accommodations tonight. Last month, the Board of Education recognized Campus Teachers of the Year from middle to high schools. This month, the board will recognize Teachers of the Year from the elementary schools. Assistant Superintendents Kathy Arola and Deborah Yoakum will be introducing these outstanding Humble ISD educators.
Good evening. It is an honor to recognize the following individuals who have been singled out by their campuses as being teachers whose impact reaches far beyond their classroom walls. Teachers of the Year shape students' lives and serve as role models for the profession. Tonight, we're going to celebrate these teachers. When I call your name, would you please come up to the front and then remain up here until all my list is called, okay? All my campuses are called. All right, Atascocita Springs, Jennifer King. Eagle Springs, Sam Hamlet. Foster Elementary, Kelly Tomasino. Green Tree Elementary, Julia Arcuri. Sorry, I have to think a moment. Arcuri, and she's not going to be here tonight, but we'll get her plaque to her. Okay. Jack Fields Elementary, Maria Terrose. Lakeland Elementary, Sarah Rivera. Sarah is also being honored as a district finalist, and she could not be here tonight either. Oaks Elementary, Helen Swan. Park Lakes Elementary, Daryl Rogers. Ridge Creek Elementary, Patrick Andrus. Patrick is also being honored as a district finalist. River Pines Elementary, Beatrice Anaya. Congratulations. Shadow Forest Elementary, Julie Criswell. Timbers Elementary, Laura Smith. And Woodland Hills Elementary, Samantha Morganroth. Thank you. And congratulations. You can go ahead and be seated. Assistant Superintendent Deborah Yoakum will now recognize the Elementary Teachers of the Year from her vertical team.
That was just the first half.
I've heard it said that one good teacher is worth 1,000 books. I'm proud and excited to recognize the following extraordinary teachers. From Bear Branch Elementary, Megan Goodman. Megan. From Deerwood Elementary, Donna Acosta. From Elm Grove Elementary, Sarah Watson. From Fall Creek Elementary, Aaron Austin. From Hidden Hollow Elementary, Glenda Taylor Carlos. Glenda's not going to be able to be with us tonight, so we'll make sure that we get her plaque to her. From Humble Elementary, Giselle Torres, who also will not be able to be with us tonight. We'll get her plaque to her. Lakeshore Elementary, Courtney Turner. Maplebrook Elementary, Wendy Walker. North Belt Elementary, Lorena Curiel. Lorena is also being honored as a district finalist. From Oak Forest Elementary, DeLynn Buchanan. DeLynn is not going to be able to be with us tonight, and we will make sure we get her plaque to her. Pine Forest Elementary, Jennifer Howard. Mrs. Howard is also being honored as the District Elementary Teacher of the Year. Summerwood Elementary, Courtney Breeding, who is not with us tonight. We'll make sure that Courtney gets her plaque. Whispering Pines Elementary, Meredith Seiler. And certainly last but not least, Willow Creek Elementary, Joylyn Trigg. Ms. Trigg is also being honored as a district finalist. That's all the elementary. Let's all one more time say congratulations to all the elementary teachers. We're very proud of you. At this time, some of our honored teachers may need to leave because they have children tomorrow. As they leave, one more time, a round of applause for all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. So I'm going to announce now the super staffers for this month. Each month, campuses and departments select an individual to be honored as a super staffer for their outstanding work in advancing student achievement. A drawing is held and 3 honorees receive additional recognition at a school board meeting, including a $200 gift card to Papa's Restaurants thanks to an award sponsor. And this month's sponsor is the Humble ISD Education Foundation. So I'd like to invite Jen Sitton, who is the chairperson for the Education Foundation this year, to say a few words.
Thank you, Jerry. The foundation is honored to be the sponsor for this month's Super Staffer Award. And in keeping with our employee theme this year, we know Humble ISD is full of superheroes who go above and beyond each day for our students. So on behalf of our foundation board, we want to thank all of our super staffers nominated for this awesome award. We know that you make the impossible possible for our students every single day. So thank you.
Okay, so let's get started by recognizing our elementary super staffer, which is Emily Warnack from Oak Forest Elementary. Emily is a 5th grade math and science teacher. And I'd like to also invite Assistant Principal Lori Tasca to come up and join her too. Thank you, Lori. So this is what was nominated, what was said about Emily. When you are in Ms. Warnack's classroom, you will see students light up with math. They raise their hands to agree or to disagree with something and state why. She evokes thinking from students and has really built a team atmosphere among her groups of math students. In an environment that could easily become antagonistic or competitive, you see students working together and having a sense of accomplishment as a team. That's okay. Okay, now recognizing our secondary super staffer is Ashley Gibson from Summer Creek High School. And with the assistant principal, Christy Vanette, join us up front. So Ashley is an English teacher at Summer Creek High School. And this is what was said about Ashley. While faced with the challenges of balancing high academic, behavioral, and social standards, Ashley maintains a spirit of joy that is recognized by her colleagues and students alike. I believe that it is through her commitment to student achievement academically and her commitment to ensuring their well-being socially through her Social Justice Symposium that Ashley has given her students a voice to bring attention to the issues that they face and struggle with every day in school, at home, and with their peers. Ashley creates not only an educational arena defined by its rigorous classroom standards, but one in which students feel safe to engage in conversations that affect them as people. This ability to adapt to ever-changing environments has allowed Ashley to become a model for good practices as a teacher and as a person for her contemporaries. Congratulations. Now being honored as the support staffer person is Jose Vega from Transportation. And Director of Transportation, Jeffrey Prowl, would you join us up front? So I have a wonderful story about Jose. Jose is the parts foreman for transportation. In June of 2008, a young, bright man from the Humble High School Automotive Internship Program started with the Humble ISD Transportation Department. He steadily progressed over the years, becoming a full-time helper in June of 2009, and then in July of 2010, he became a full-time mechanic with the department. In July 2015, Mr. Vega entered the parts room as an acting parts foreman and took on the huge task of inventory management and control. He worked diligently all year long, removing slow-moving parts, enforcing new regulations, labeling and strategic placement of parts, building a new database in the new fleet management system, and continuous rolling inventories. In July of 2016, an audit was performed, and when the results came in, we were extremely happy to report less than a 1% variance. In August of 2016, Mr. Vega was promoted to a parts foreman position. A huge thanks to Humble High School Technology Program for providing such a bright young man to our transportation department and for giving us the privilege of watching a product of Humble ISD grow into a great asset and team member of Humble ISD Transportation. Okay, and now we're going to move into a couple other accommodations real quick. So it is my pleasure to recognize Kroger for providing school supplies for Humble ISD students this school year. Each year, Kroger selects a few school districts on a rotating basis to be a part of their Backpack Boosters program. This year, Humble ISD was fortunate to be accepted, and in return, over 6,100 individual supply packets were donated to Humble ISD. That is a value of $43,973. So joining us tonight to represent Kroger is Jay Gonzalez, Public Affairs Specialist. Please join me in thanking Kroger as Mr. Gonzalez joins us up front for pictures. So while Kroger might have received the award tonight for the most supplies donated this year, we do have another community partner that receives the award for being the most consistent supporter of school supplies for our students. For the past 9 years, Memorial Hermann's Partners in Caring team have collected supplies from hospital employees and donated them to Humble ISD students. Lynn Ann Santafonte, Manager of Business Development, Marketing, and Community Relationships for the hospital, says, "It's very important to our employees that we help ensure our local children have the tools necessary to succeed in school and have the opportunity to receive a quality education. The community supports Memorial Hermann Northeast, and we want to support the community. This is one way we can do that." Joining us tonight from Memorial Hermann is Noel Cardenas and Tricia Racine. Please join me in thanking Northeast as they join us up front for a few pictures. Keith Rushing, serving on our school board, is also CEO of Memorial Hermann Northeast.
That was awesome. Next, we have questions and comments by patrons or employees of the district regarding agenda items or any other matters. Just so you know, if it's not on the agenda, the board cannot talk about it or respond to you under the Texas Open Meetings law. But nevertheless, we invite the following folks who have put this in. This is representatives from Kingwood High School: David Knight, Carla Godoy, Anna Larson, I think is it Kaylin Bolston, and Hayden Lividay, excuse me. Hopefully I didn't, is that okay?
That's okay, yeah.
I didn't butcher
that was
too
right.
bad?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, hi, good evening. My name is Carla Godoy. I'm the Kingwood High School Student Body and Student Council President. Coming in right now, we have Liv Velvin, one of our drum majors, Anna Larson, our FFA VP, Kaylin Boylston, one of our FFA members, and Hayden Lividay, one of our cheerleaders. We're here to invite Dr. Fagan to participate in our homecoming. Our football game is October 21st, and our dance is October 22nd, if you'd like to come and see us all dance a little bit. We'd like to have a lot of fun with our homecoming. We have our pep rallies, we have dress-up days, we have like Tacky Tours Tuesday, America Monday. But one of our traditions that we haven't initiated Dr. Fagan into is something that I'll turn the mic over to Anna Larson to explain a little bit more about.
So Dr. Fagan, we'd like to welcome you to Texas and present to you a Texas-sized mom. It represents a little piece of every school. And you don't have to wear this because it will be kind of heavy. But we look forward to spending the rest of the year with you, and here you go.
Thank you so much.
We got to come over here. Thanks, ladies. That was awesome. We appreciate it. Go Stangs. Yes.
You can try.
That is a Texas-sized mom for show.
It look has all the colors.
I know. It's awesome. That really is cool.
Hang it to the computer. Good idea. Leverage. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, good, Jonathan. Yes, for sure.
That was great. Okay, next we have comments by individual board members. I'll start to my left. Mr. Cunningham.
No comments, Mr. President.
Awesome. Ms. Rushing.
Just a few. One, probably couldn't be more excited to see the way we opened up our meeting today, and the work that's being done in collaboration with the community, the district and parents around kind of what is this vision for the next 100 years of Humble ISD. And can't wait to see what the product of that becomes. And those of you that are involved in that, thank you very much. I think that will have really a profound impact on this school district as we move forward. And I'd like to thank Dr. Fagan's leadership and encouraging the board to go through this exercise over the next several months. So can't wait for the end product and know it will be spectacular. So congratulations to Teachers of the Year, super staffers as well. Beverly, make sure that dance is on her calendar. And all board members should be invited if it's not a violation of some rule. Because I might pay to actually go watch her dance. All right. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Okay, I'll go all the way to my right now. Ms. Morrison.
Okay. Well, I just want to say I'll pay to go see her wear that mum. Because I just want to see how long she can stand up in it. Congratulations to all the super staffers, the Teachers of the Year. That's awesome. I just want to say I had the privilege of going out to Summer Creek today to award 2 new junior Rotarians, which I know that we have 2 on each campus, so we're looking forward to that. They're outstanding students that we've got in this district. I too, Mr. Rushing, am looking forward to this community gaining information, moving towards what's going to happen to us in the future. So I look forward to that. Want to remind everybody, we've got elections coming up. Let's see if we can get everybody to go participate in the democratic process. But looking forward to everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Morrison. Mr. Engelage.
No comments, Mr. President.
Mr. Sitton.
Just want to echo some of the other comments. Congratulations to all the Teachers of the Year. I mean, that's what we do. Everything else is part of the business and the daily grind, but teachers teaching kids, that's what we're here for. And when we can honor teachers, that's makes it a great day. Also want to welcome, as always, our Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Humble, Norman Thunderberg, one of our biggest cheerleaders and advocates out there, and one of our best partners. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Sitton. Ms. Conrad.
Yes, I'll just state my excitement again, as Mr. Rushing did, towards developing that new mission and vision for what Humble ISD will look like in the future. I couldn't be more excited, and I don't think it's a better time to be serving on the board. And so I'll be interested to see the community input. And I just have one message for the dream team, and that is more of those products that are future super staffers. How awesome is that? So some formula that would produce more of that would be amazing. So that's part of what I want to get across. And then one other message I just wanted to share was piggybacking off of Nancy's request to be involved. Part of my leadership TASB cohort, I guess, each of us had a group that researched different topics. And one group, their topic was on advocacy. And I didn't choose that because that's not my thing, but I probably should have chosen it so I would learn a little bit more. But I learned a lot from their group, and they developed a presentation that was centered around understanding they called it your IQ, but it was your influence quotient. And so we had to self-assess our own influence quotient. I won't tell you what mine was. But in the presentation, they offered ways for you to go to the next level. So if you were on a level 0, how to get to level 1, how to get to level 2, and so forth. So I accepted the challenge. And a little embarrassed to say that I did tune in to the Joint House Appropriations and Public Education Committee hearings last week. That's the first time I've ever done that, and I was just mesmerized. And what was so great was to actually hear the testimony given by members of districts around the state to understand how this was on public school finance and to really understand the impact on their districts and what different scenarios, how that would affect their districts. So, of course, that made me want to really understand our district more so that I could not argue necessarily, but just be an advocate for our district and what our needs are. So that's just something that I thought was really cool. And there are resources on their site to be able to subscribe to, say, committee meetings, so you can get the agenda or so you know when upcoming meetings are on education. Next one is on school choice on the 17th. So it's just nice to be on the inside scoop of that, and it also helps you to know what information is vital for us to be conveying to our legislators with the upcoming biennium. So anyway, so my challenge is for us all to raise our IQ, and we need some tips. We'll call Guy Sconzo because he's great at that. So that's all I have.
Great, thank you, Ms. Conrad. Just to echo a few things, I'd also like to thank the Atascocita High School, Marine Corps, JROTC, and the work that all of our high school military programs do at the beginning of every meeting. Those kids are great, and we're really proud of them and what they do. Echo again, Teachers of the Year. It's wonderful to be able to recognize the best of what we have in our district, and they are honestly representative of the quality and really great teachers that we have in our district. And it makes me proud that we are able to recognize them for what they do. Super staffers, of course, and to have a humble alum get recognized for the awesome work that he does is wonderful. It makes me very, very proud. And the future of Humble ISD, portrait of a graduate or the dream team. Several months ago, people were under the false impression that the board's idea was to kind of shove down the throats in this community of what we thought our district, how it should be run, what our students should look like, and it couldn't be farther from the truth. And in fact, those discussions began as soon as Dr. Fagan got here. Is kind of a implementation or an entry plan. Anytime you have a new superintendent that begins at a district, you have a plan of entry of how they get into the district, learn what's going on and all these things, and part and parcel of those discussions, where are we going? Where do we want to be? What do we want to do? And it was through Dr. Fagan's leadership saying, look, we really need to look at our mission, our vision, what we want to do as a district, how we want our students to look like when they graduate. And we, from this table, don't make those decisions. We work with our community. It's a bottom-up idea. We talk with the parents, business leaders, teachers, other community members, everyone puts in their ideas and work together to say, this is what we want our graduates to look like. This is what we want them to be able to do. These are the skills that we want them to have. That's the idea, and that's the process that we're going to go through. And honestly, I couldn't be more excited. I've been around here for a long time, and when we put those mission and vision statements together, that was honestly an administrative-driven thing. The process that we're entering now is honestly the opposite of that process. not to be critical of that. I mean, you know, I don't think anybody can disagree with those missions or visions, but this is going to be much broader in scope. And I'm excited. And I've told a lot of people that I'm excited about the future of our district. And this is honestly the first step in a journey, in a process that should honestly have everyone excited. So I couldn't be more thrilled, and I thought that the inspiring moment captured that idea perfectly. So I thought that was well done, Jonathan, and thank you guys for that. But those are the comments that I have. Dr. Fagan.
Thank you very much. As you know, since I've arrived on July 5th, which seems like forever ago now, but it's not been that long, I think I've visited about half of our schools now. But I'm still working through and hope to get to the rest in short order. And also through that process have really been working to really understand and build relationships, get to know people, get to know our school district, which has been sort of the launch pad for this work that we started presenting tonight. And I too am very excited about the opportunity to work together with the entire community to really hear what people are excited about for the next iteration of Humble ISD, the next 100 years. It's just a great time because this is going to be our 100-year anniversary in 2019. And so for us to all come together at that time and sort of build that platform for where we want to go is I think exactly the right timing and the right work. And so we're all excited for that work. And I do want to say thank you to the board because you've been very supportive in allowing us to come together and take this sort of moment of step back and figure it all out. And come back to you with something that we're all excited to present to you going forward. So thank you for your support in that. Thank you to all the schools who have been just so welcoming and warm and wonderful when I go out. My visits are not scheduled. I intended it that way. I got the permission of all principals to do it that way, but I really just want to know what it's really like in our schools, what it feels like, what learning looks like. And I think the best way is for me to just pop in and say hello and walk around and have conversations. And so I've really enjoyed every minute of that time together and look forward to continuing it. I also just want to take a second tonight to thank the students. I mean, normally at board meetings, we are the people that are supposed to be handing out the treats. And so I couldn't be happier and feel more welcomed by both the ROTC, the junior ROTC from Atascocita High School for the shirt, as well as that is a Texas-sized mom for sure, and but really excited about Kingwood High School for doing that. So thank you to all the students, and congratulations to all the teachers, both this time and last time that we had the opportunity to recognize. I've gotten to know some of those folks, really incredible educators, and just like Spence said earlier, representative of so many of the teachers that I see when I walk through buildings and in classrooms. And so there's just not enough recognition or celebration in education, and I'm really glad that we take the time to do that. So thank you.
Great, thank you, Dr. Fagan. Okay, now we start with our action items. We start with closed session. Mr. Cunningham?
Yes, Mr. President. I move that the board approve the administration's personnel recommendations as presented with addendum.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? 7-0.
Also from closed session, Mr. President, I move that the board approve the superintendent's expulsion recommendations of CD, ZS, and DH.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Yeah.
7-0. Okay, Mr. Cunningham, action items on the minutes.
Also, Mr. President, I move that the board approve the minutes from the regular board meeting that was held on September 13th, 2016.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? 7-0. Okay, we have updates for board associations and committees, and we'll begin with the audit committee.
That would be me, Mr. President.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cunningham.
Board members, you do have a copy of this month's audit activities. I would add that for this month, there will be an audit meeting. I want to say it's October the 27th, so committee members, if you can make yourselves free, we will go over a lot of work that we haven't, something about we was waiting on the superintendent, I don't know, but anyway. It is a committee meeting, not a committee. But that's all I have, Mr. President. You got any questions, get with any audit member, committee member, Mr. Inglagi, Mr. Rushing, superintendent, or Ms. Fashan.
Great, thank you, Mr. Cunningham. The Board and Superintendent Evaluation Process and Goals Committee. Ms. Conrad.
A heck of a title.
It is.
No update this time, however, we will be meeting immediately following this meeting, just to go over the entry plan and formative evaluation of superintendent.
Fantastic. Building and Planning Committee. Mr. Engelage.
Yes, Mr. President, we followed up our 3.5-hour marathon meeting with a 55-minute meeting, so we are moving in the right direction last week, and you should have received your summary. It was a great meeting, and I'm sure Dr. Brown can answer any further questions. Very good meeting. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Mr. Engelage. Education Foundation, Mr. Cunningham.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. For October, just got a couple items here. Let me read this here. In the month of October, the foundation kicks off the Humble ISD Employee Campaign. During this month, we have representatives from each campus giving presentations to employees about supporting the foundation that supports them. And so that's going to be beginning this month. I would like to add to our employees a thank you on behalf of the board for your support of the foundation. We know that you're asked to do a lot to support worthy causes, both on your campus and in the community, and we appreciate the foundation as one of your worthy causes. So once again, from the board, we thank you. Also, Mr. President, I want to also remind my fellow board members that the foundation's golf tournament is Friday, November the 11th, Veterans Day at Oakhurst Country Club. I hope to see everyone out there, and let's do this once again for a good, worthy cause. I just heard, and I don't know, maybe somebody can verify, but I heard the word on the street is that somebody named Dr. Fagan has agreed to run one of the game holes. I don't know if it's taking shots. I don't know what it is, but
golf shots, right?
Oh, golf
okay,
shots.
All right.
Yeah, golf shots.
Okay, all right, good.
I don't know what it is, huh? Yeah. No word yet on what the game is. All right, I just added that in there. Just have a little fun, liven it up. I'm trying to get out of here by 8 o'clock.
She doesn't.
She doesn't even know, okay. But anyway, that's it for the foundation. We look forward to it. So just be reminded, it is November the 11th, Veterans Day for me and Mr. Lopez, and we hope to see y'all out there. That's
Great.
it. Thank you.
I'll just add, the employee contributions to the foundation is, and the support that we get from the employees in our district is simply phenomenal. And they see the benefit of the foundation and support it, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And it makes me very proud of our district and our employees and the support that they give. Finance Committee, Mr. Rushing.
Yes, sir. Mike, we got to close this gap, man. I need some material like Mr. Cunningham has. It's the second meeting. No, just kidding. Just a couple things. We had our first committee meeting of this school year on September 27th, so appreciate my colleagues for attending that. I thought we had a great meeting, first of all. It really sets the stage for, as we kind of at least get a sneak peek, if you will, into the outlook of the next biennium and what the legislative cycle will consist of beginning in 2017 for our 18 and 19 school years. And so the initial outlook is that it could be a little bit more challenging times ahead. We'll see. We'll certainly get our advocacy hats on, right, Ms. Morrison, and try to change that perspective that exists today. But at the moment, it looks like there could be some challenges ahead that we may have to work through as a district, but nonetheless, I know that we can do that. But it will just cause us to need to work even harder in Austin in the springtime. So look forward to all of your help from the community in helping us lead some of those efforts, being a part of Ms. Morrison's legislative committee that will come together to help create numbers in that advocacy process. Overall, though, for this year, we look very, very good. Ratios are where they need to be, remain a strong, healthy district. And so, Mr. Seal, thank you for the detail that you provided at our last meeting. That's all I have.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Rushing. Kingwood Super Neighborhood Council, Mr. Engelage.
Yeah, I went to that meeting, and really no report from Kingwood. Wasn't a lot going on. So that's a good report.
Okay. No news is good news, as they say. All right.
Good news.
Legislative Committee, Ms. Morrison, the Herculean Task Committee right now.
All is going well. True. We've got a lot of things coming up. Joining in with the chamber and hopefully getting our committee meeting, our community committee meeting going on in November. So we'll get us going.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Morrison. The Program Committee, Mr. Sitton.
Yes, we are meeting on October 25th. We're going to actually start earlier than normal because we have Dr. Ogonoski coming in. She is the consultant we hired, you may remember, about 3 years ago to revamp our 504 and RTI program. So we're going to get an update on that, so we'll be able to give that summary to the rest of the board after that meeting. We're also going to look at the future plans of Spanish immersion at that meeting as well.
Okay. Technology and Data Governance Committee.
Technology Committee met last week. We were joined by the folks from Technology Services, Public Information, and Data Quality. I followed up and sent you all, Dr. Price sent a summary via email, so if you all have any questions, I think we summarized it pretty thoroughly there in the email, so welcome any questions that you have now or later via email. Our next meeting is the first Tuesday of November, which is, I think, the 1st.
Okay. Okay, those are the board associations and committees and the updates. Next, we go into the consent agenda. For those that are unfamiliar with this, the Board of Trustees gets the agenda in advance, and they're able to peruse it, review it, and then ask Dr. Fagan any questions that they may have that could be answered easily. And so then we put forth the consent agenda to basically remove things from the agenda that there are really no issues regarding. And so we'll go over that now. And Mr. Cunningham, if you could work with me and keep up with whether or not any of these items are pulled. And we'll start off under governance considerations. A, TASB 105 updates. That is a consent. B is TASB 106 updates. That is consent. C is proposed revisions to policy DCE local. And that is consent. There are no items under Superintendent's Division Reports, Considerations, and Purchases. Under Alerting Division Reports, Considerations, and Purchases, item A, resolution for extracurricular status of 4-H organization. That is consent. Under Financial Services Division Reports, Considerations, and Purchases, under A, tax refunds. It's consent. Under B, tax rate adoption, we're going to pull that as an individual item. Under C, 2016 tax roll, that is a consent. Under D, budgetary amendments, that is a consent. There are no items under Human Resources Reports, Considerations, and Purchases. Under Support Services Division Reports, Considerations, and Purchases, item A, Elementary 28 and Middle School 9 road widening turn lane agreements. That is consent. B, Miracle League funding agreement between Humble ISD, YMCA, and the Humble ISD Education Foundation. That is consent. Under C, Wood Creek Drive turn lane agreement between Humble ISD and Joy Lutheran Church. That is consent. Under district-wide reports, considerations, and purchases, A, goods, professional services, and non-construction services exceeding $50,000 in aggregate or $25,000 individually. That is consent. Okay, Mr. Cunningham, if you can read that back in the form of a motion, please, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I move that the board approve the following items by consent. Under governance and considerations, items A, B, and C. Under Learning Division Reports, Consideration, and Purchases, items A. Under Financial Service Division Reports, Consideration, and Purchases, items A, C, and D. Under Support Service Division, under Support Service Division Reports, Considerations, and Purchases, items A, B, and C. And under district-wide reports, consideration and purchases, items A.
Okay, we have a motion. And we have a second from Mr. Engelage. All in favor? That is 7-0. Fabulous. Okay, let's run through now where we are here. All right, we go down to the tax rate adoption. I need a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. And
Question?
well, I think we probably need to make the motion like this. Okay. Mr. Cunningham, if you could read this motion.
I will. Mr. President, I move to make a motion that we approve a $1.17 M&O tax rate and a 35-cent INS tax rate for the total tax rate of $1.52 per 100 of assessed value for the year 2016 tax year.
And just to note, well, I've got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll open the discussion. This is the tax rate that has been in effect since 2009. So this is the 6th year in a row we've had the same tax rate, just so everyone knows. So the tax rate is not going to be changed, affected, raised, or anything else.
Also, Mr. President, I'd like to
Sure, Mr.
comment
Cunningham.
on that too, because you were here in 2006 and I came in 2007, so we know how what we were going through back then. So I just want to issue thank yous, Dr. Fagan, to your cabinet, staff, all the teachers and the principals, administration for just working with us all these years. And so it takes all of us. And so I just want to issue that a thanks.
Well, back then, Mr. Cunningham, people may not realize that the tax rate has actually gone down since I was elected to the board significantly. Mr.
Well,
Simmons?
that's what I was going to point out. In 2005, it was at 1.77. And actually, the 1.52 was adopted in 2008, so we're beginning our 9th school year at the same tax rate without having to increase it. So congratulations to staff and the board members that preceded us.
You're welcome. All right, any other comments? All right, all in favor? 7-0. Okay, next we have an information item, financial services reports. Does anybody have any questions regarding any of those reports that were attached to the agenda? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? All right, I think we're through the action items, future board business. Anybody want to put anything in the parking lot? Well, yeah, there's another report on if anyone has any questions regarding the report of limited English proficiency, and this is my favorite report every year, where we see all the different languages spoken in Humble ISD. So if you want to know how many Urdu, Amharic, Amharic, Lao, all these different languages are spoken in our district. You can't even pronounce them all. So it's really quite interesting to look at. People think that, gee, Spanish is spoken, but we've got Hindi, Thai, Punjabi, Farsi, Nepali. We've got all these kids, and so that's in the report. It's in the agenda. If you want to go online, you can look how amazingly diverse our district is. It's a pretty neat thing to see. But if any board members have any questions regarding that? I remember the first year I was on the board, I saw that, and I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Okay. All right, any future board business, parking lot items, anyone? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you so much for attending.